Hi all. Thought I'd have another game. Try and do a little bit less talking, but I do want to carry on this story. So, where was I at? Around about the fourth Rest of the World game on chessworld.net, the votes change facility happened, so people could influence the vote to try and get people to change their votes to other moves. So the world actually started playing very strongly. The world, as in those people on the site, actually, the chessworld members. Who were involved in the group games. So all of a sudden we were playing quite decent chess, and it wasn't just sort of stereotypical moves that were being voted in. We were in the pool waiting to be prepared. So, because actually the first 3-4 games, it was just like the most obvious kind of classical, like e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. It was like totally obvious. There was no dynamic kind of thinking about positional sacrifice or anything. Let's get on the game. Oops, 2185. So, alright, try and not lose a piece straight in the opening. Play this French. And, yeah, so the vote changing, it was like more dynamic after. And this real West of the World team started posting, unfortunately, what I considered to be like streams of computer analysis. And all of a sudden, it became, the matches became very difficult to moderate, because it didn't seem to be mostly human discussion anymore. It was mostly this hardcore group, like taking over, game after game after game. It's like all I was getting, like the title player for, especially if they were an over-the-board title player, I was just getting them to be slaughtered. So although the team strength and results had dramatically improved, the actual nature, of the process for me had become much more sterile. It had been dominated by this very in-depth computer analysis, which was very unfortunate. So unfortunate that I stopped wanting. Well, nowadays I don't really like to do, to promote these Rest of the World matches much anymore, because I was kind of just put off by all this like endless streams of analysis. Because what was, originally a really fun kind of format, from the Kasparov versus Rest of the World game, with people, lots of people learning about chess and stuff. And I think a lot of people liked the Barnet Chess Club commentary, because even though I wasn't, trying to recommend the move each day, I was trying to just explain some ideas, and it was like, a very interesting sort of platform for explaining stuff. At the time, I think there was also, as well as Irina Krush and the panel, there were a lot of other websites, a computer team website, the Grandmaster Chess School, this Russian Grandmaster Chess School, were involved. Is he going to play knight f5? Play back to d6. So there was a big community around, this Kasparov versus the Rest of the World game, and I kind of missed all that. So what I was trying to create was that kind of excitement, and maybe, I don't know, maybe that model where there was this team of over-the-board, strong panelists which guided the rest of the votes through their initial analysis and discussions. Maybe, that is part of the, the beauty of what I thought was the original match. But even the original match, to be fair, it kind of got marred in controversy, as if there was vote stuffing for bad moves later on, because there was no real way of knowing in that Kasparov versus the Rest of the World match, if it was genuine voters or not, because no one was really kind of logging in or anything. So someone could have voted multiple times. Oh yeah, seems to be losing material here, but I'm a bit ahead on the clock. Can I use the B file? So, check. Bishop b6. This looks like another dire game coming up. What about rook b8 with the unsubtle threat of bishop takes d4? Okay. I'm not going to win a single pawn back, am I, at this rate? I have this feeling this guy's not going to let any pawns go. So, Queen c6. Oh no. It's all pretty dire. Why do I want to lose the f pawn as well? Maybe just play a5 or an a4, I don't know. F pawn. Poor f pawn. I might as well move the f pawn since he's not taking it. He's got rook d6 and queen h1. d6, queen h1, so back row's a bit vulnerable, like c1. And queen d5 here. Threatening e5 maybe, but then queen f5. He's a bit short on time. Rook d8, knight d1, queen d1, and rook d8, sort of back row kind of potential. Knight e6, queen takes, rook takes, oh, there's rook c. No, he hasn't got. So knight takes, queen takes, maybe. But then he's got check, and queen d5. Because otherwise he'll be protecting with d1 this against rook d1. Okay, so finally a back row mate concession of some sort. So I'm going to rook d6 here. Right. Can play queen d2. Trying to get a pawn back. The f pawn. The queen's come off. I'm trying to get the f pawn back. So I'm a bit ahead on time. Or should I just move? If I just move the king, got knight b4. I suppose that's dangerous. Checking queen d5. Force the queens off. If I really want, which I shouldn't really want. There's no point. Alright, bishop c7 here. Or e5. e5 will stop knight d4. So rook e5. Queen f3. I'm getting e4 and e4. Stops the use of that diagonal. Okay. Now protect the back row. Rook d8. That's knight c6. Rook e8, e6. Rook e6. Rook e6. Get my queen back to. I'm losing f5 now because that rook's in pre. So how about queen d7? It's got queen g8. Or queen d8. There's knight c6. No, there isn't knight c6. Okay. The queen comes back for the moment. Hang on. Can I do something about the king first? Bishop d8. There's queen f5. Alright, what's the best of a bad job here? Oh, God. Rook d6. What about rook d6? Just to be able to play rook d8. Or just king b7 if queen g8. Can I try and win a game today? a5. I'm going to get mated. Oh, God. Can I win on time? I'd rather win another game. I did win a game earlier. It's just okay, so rook d8 is no good because of knight c6. It's got 11 seconds to finish me off. What about rook d7 here? There's no immediate kind of check. I just think he's just floundered about a bit too much. Let's check. B3. Back row's a bit weak. That queen D2. Don't mind that. I'll pick up these pawns. F4. Yeah. So that story. Sorry. Got some racing points about that. I'll carry it on in the next video. I'll carry the story on in the next video. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.